Hi, my name is Dan. You're watching Night Snacks, and this is once again Doom. Yep, we are finishing up the main game with the third episode, Inferno. This will be a hard one, but hey, I can handle that. I've already played through this whole game like, what, 5 times? It's not a long one, as you can probably tell, because we are 2/3 of the way through. So as usual, the last time we saw Doomguy, he was rappelling down from that piece of Deimos floating over hell, and now we are indeed in hell. Like, definitely 100% in hell. And we just beat the first level. So while we're going through this slow despair, I would like to fix up something that I said, because I said Origin Systems created 5 genres, and I didn't name 5 genres. I named first-person shooters, RPGs, JRPGs, and immersive sims, and dungeon crawlers. Well, fuck, that's 5. But what I need to say is they also created basically space combat sims with Wing Commander. Honestly, most flight sims nowadays might have some Wing Commander DNA in them, which means, you know, I'm eternally grateful to Origin Systems for basically leading to the creation of Ace Combat, my favorite video game series. Anyway. The first few levels in this chapter are rather sluggish, because we are once again dealing with them from a pistol start. It's not. There is no story explanation for why Doomguy lost his weapons again, but hey, whatever. Video games, right? Come on. Thank you. Yeah, this level is really tough because, well, you come in with basically just a shotgun, and they just force you to go through all of this massive level that you definitely do not have the ammo capacity for. You may notice that this level is shaped like a hand, which is a cool detail. You don't notice that until you look at the map, I guess. Oh, with the blue key. There's a bunch of secrets in this level that I usually don't find, because frankly I don't really care about like secrets when I'm playing on the second easiest difficulty. If this was anything above medium, I would actually do that. I say that as if the final hardest difficulty isn't completely fucking insane. Yeah, as you can see, Lost Souls die in one hit if you have Berserk, which is very useful. So do the zombie soldiers. Well, this one was different, but mostly they die on hit. And the music loop. I feel like that's my cue to get out. Ring finger should have it. Screw it. Punching demons to death is pretty rad, you have to admit. Where's the bluff now? Whatever. Pandemonium. There's some cool stuff in here, lots of skulls, lots of... reminds me of the Skull Cathedral in Poland. I always forget the name of the town. It is the small town, so honestly it's like... Sometimes they just say the closest town that's big enough to be considered... this is where the sentence ends. Says the man who lives in the village, the village next to a bigger village, next to a town, next to a city, but whatever. Says the guy who needs to take a bus to the fucking corner store. But whatever. Like I said, this isn't the point of the conversation. What do we have here? Nope. Have you ever thought that imp death sounds sound like they were made by a camel? Because they probably were. I mean, a lot of the... Oh, more faces of the gun. They were most sounds from this game were taken from an audio library. In fact, the door opening sound has been in a few other games, even in movies. The door opening sound from Doom was genuinely in some like high profile Hollywood films, I'm not kidding. Because obviously, audio library. Didn't know Foley artists used audio libraries, but I guess that's the way it's done nowadays. It's definitely better than, you know, slapping coconuts together to make a horse sound, but it definitely loses a little bit of magic when you hear the same sound over and over. Especially when you play some like low budget Eurojam piece of shit that just uses the most popular sound effects for everything. Like that like that crate breaking sound effect. I'm not gonna explain it, it's just, if you know, you know. If you heard it 1,000 times like I did. I'm lost. Honestly, I don't even remember playing this level. And I beat this game, what, a month ago? Where the hell is even the way out? Nothing here. A phallic looking tunnel. Pillars of funky textures that are meant to impress. Oh, this is something. I'm up. That's useful. Don't have the blue key. Mega armor, useful. The way armor works in this game, I'm not sure I explained it. Basically, it gives you a flat, not flat, percentage of the damage you take. But every time it's used, the armor is damaged, of course. There doesn't seem to be anything useful in here. Oh, never mind, it's the BFG 9000. Let's go. The BFG, of course, stands for Big Fucking Gun. This is the ultimate weapon. I think I don't remember if I showed it in Knee Deep in Dead because it's been like a fucking year. Let me just... Oh fuck. Not going through this way. Let me just show it in practice because it has to be seen to be believed. Maybe not on one imp though. Really? All this for a shotgun? The way the BFG works is that you fire a green projectile, and when it hits, you basically hit scan everything on screen. So the explosion doesn't have to be anywhere near the enemies that it kills, you just have to be looking at them. It's a cool effect, I will have to admit that. Take me up. Now we just gotta get back to that blue door. This way. Not gonna get an excuse to use the BFG on this level, study. House of Pain. Nice. Always nice to get 2 kills with one shot. Oh, Cacolemons. Great. It's it just feels like justice to rush down a lost soul and punch it to death. It's a revenge for all the times, you know, I got rushed down by these things. Blammo. Oh no. Oh, I'm screwed. Avert your eyes, kids. Never mind, I fucked up. Oh. Oh. That's a cut. And we're back. That was embarrassing. What you're supposed to do with these crashers is this. There we go. The items weren't even worth it. I should demonstrate the BFG soon-ish. That's damn cool. Lots of hellish imagery as well. I hit everything but the demon, lovely. Oh, that was fast. Yep, the partial invisibility power up really puts the emphasis on partial. I hate to say this so many times, but blood does it better because the invisibility is actually, you know, full. You can do some amazing things with that power up. I think they've been everywhere. On this side of the door. Oh, not exactly. Because there's this. Fake button. And open it. Oh, that's random. The button is what, here? That's some crazy timing. Come on, open. Whatever, man. Fuck your secret then. I'm not even interested. I bet there's some other areas I can... Is this the intended path? Because I don't remember having to do this at all. There doesn't seem to be any other path. Oh, no, we just opened. No idea how that was supposed to work, or if it was even working as intended. Press all the buttons. There we go. Free stuff. Always appreciated. Sometimes it's hard to navigate in God mode. There. Red key needed. Jesus Christ, I finally found it. There's the red key. Please tell me this is the exit. The terrible puzzle. You fucking die already. Fuck it. So this is what the BFG shot looks like, if I didn't show it in Indented. I will show it off more on the final boss, that's for sure. Because it trivializes the whole ordeal. Which is something at this point I would appreciate. There's the exit. Unholy Cathedral. Now this is one of the levels I really don't like. You may be wondering, oh, it's worse than the one before it. Just wait and see. It's terrible, but in a different way. There's also a lot of trial and error, because that's what puzzles amount to in this game, and at this point, at least. Not that the ones in Blood were any better, but I guess they were puzzles. Not a guessing game. Look, that one lever puzzle. And I just realized that post-mortem, a Blood expansion has that puzzle, but done well. Because it actually gives you feedback, you don't have to run around. Wait. Ah, there we go. Boom. Please don't eat me. That would be very rude. Finally, the plasma rifle. The plasma rifle uses the same ammo that the BFG uses, so I should be careful with it. If I overuse it, I won't have enough ammo for the final boss. So basically every time you enter a portal you haven't been in yet, besides these on the corners, it teleports you to the middle of the arena. Press the buttons and don't get crushed. Fun little challenge, I guess. I may sound completely jaded because that's what I usually sound like, but this is actually me being genuine. You don't want to hear me being sarcastic. Gum. Free gum. Where did the lost souls go? Okay then. We haven't been here yet. Fake exit, obviously. Never mind. It's like we just skipped half the level, including the most annoying part. Mount Erebus, one of the more interesting levels. I'm gonna save here. Because this is where the secret level is for this chapter, so, you know. If you wanna remember that. it starts off rather simple, but then we have all this open space to explore and kill demons in. I was so impressed that I sneezed. I might be one of the only. Well, I'm sure there are people who had this exact same thought, but doesn't the barrel of the plasma rifle look like a vacuum cleaner tube? It feels like I would be, sucking up demons into a vacuum cleaner instead of shooting them with plasma. Either way, the secret level is there. You have to use a rocket launcher and shoot yourself in the face. Oh yeah, I never explained these. These invisible pinkies that we come across sometimes. Those are called specters. They're basically literally just pinkies but invisible. They have some lore to them in the later games, but can't really care. The creators of Doom, at least the original Doom, basically said that story in Doom is like story in porn. You expect it to be there, but you don't care. It's an excuse, and honestly for this game it works. I think it's reductive to apply to later games in the series, but not this one. Because the best attempts at making something that looks like a building in this game and in the next one, which is, a newer, more updated version of the engine, if those attempts looked the way they looked, then, also get me out of this level before I die. Limbo. I think it's the second to last level. I also don't like it. The levels in Inferno are gimmicky and annoying and, well, definitely fit the fact that they're, taking place in hell. Because sometimes it feels like it's some kind of Sisyphus. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. And the gist of this level is that you are constantly walking on blood which is hurting you somehow. Maybe the blood has AIDS in it. Well, HIV, but I'm sorry for not being linguistically accurate enough in my AIDS jokes. That being said, those like blood elevators that you see in Devil May Cry 5, where they, just enter a tube full of blood and it transports them up, that's 100% gonna give them AIDS, with all the scratches and cuts that they get while fighting. And also it will get into the eyes, that's also instant AIDS. I'm sorry for spending an entire minute talking about AIDS, but hey, we are surrounded by blood, just the pragmatic thing to think about. Makes you think if vampires are immune to AIDS. They probably are. They probably don't even have an immune system. Probably don't need it. I'm fairly sure in some mythologies they create pestilence. So as they say in Poland, kurwa kurwie, błani urwie. maybe, you know, one horrible monstrosity won't touch the other, and so vampires are immune to AIDS. And diseases as a whole. Which is funny because usually in real life, something that spreads the disease already has to, you know, have it, like rabies. I don't think there's any animal immune to rabies. Maybe Tasmanian devils, because those are like already rabid enough. That being said, I say that when I know for a fact that every single Tasmanian devil has cancer, which is in fact some kind of weird, contagious kind of cancer that they give each other, and so the entire population of them has like mega cancer and also is terribly inbred because they all live on a tiny island. And there used to be so much less of them, and you know, Tasmanian tigers are another reason why incest is bad, kids. So here's my totally child appropriate lesson for today. Don't fuck your sister or you'll get mega cancer. Well, your kids are gonna get mega cancer, well, whatever. Another portal that leads to bumfuck nowhere. We need the yellow key before we get to this. I'm pretty sure there's a portal here, which also needs the yellow key. Boy, is this annoying. There's two of these here. You know, the radiation shielding suit is funny because it just looks like something you'd wear in a lab. It doesn't seem like it's, you know, it shields from radiation. Now, of course, Doom Guy can't jump yet. He hasn't yet invented jumping. Jumping in first-person shooters hasn't been invented yet, even though Ultima Underworld had it. So, screw you, Carmack. There are plenty of reasons to say that nowadays. Because Carmack is a cunt. We have the yellow key. We can just get out of here. Before it turns into a rant about a washed up celebrity. It's wild that John Romero turned out to be the more, you know, mentally stable one. Thing here? Really? Now where's the button that opens the... Oh fuck. Wait a minute. Get me out. That way. Let me see. Yeah, no wonder the game gives you this much health, because you're constantly losing it. Not just health, if you catch my drift. Oh my god, now I have to remember where... Well, no, I just have to find out which portal leads there. There's no remembering. That being said, this kind of spatial awareness memory thing for me is always basically a cognitive hazard. Well, not cognitive hazard, what anti-meme. That's the correct phrase. Something that is impossible to be remembered. That's the phrase. which I'll be honest, SCP probably invented. There's gotta be a useful portal somewhere. Keep checking every single one and there's nothing. It's gonna take a while. Like I said, trial and error is the theme of this episode. Might as well stop with the pun names for episodes on YouTube and just call it trial and error, because I mean, you can tell what this is. There, that's the button. That's the button that opens the way. I just have to remember which one it was to get to the point. There's no portal here. This is also not the portal. Would be nice if they were connected in the map, but that would be too easy. Funnily enough, speaking of liquids that hurt you when you walk on them, there's three, I think. There's lava, there's this, and there's yeah, there we go. And there's toxic waste, which is also in those barrels, canonically, and also it makes you mutate. That's what it does. It mutates you to death or whatever. So, mega cancer, Tasmanian mega cancer. Anyway, when entering these nuts. Now this, as in one of the circles of hell, whatever it was called. Either way, this is the spider mastermind. And it's like its name suggests, the mastermind behind the invasion. And stare at it while the bullet hits. It's very important. I'm gonna do a very risky maneuver and save here with 4 health. Because of course this bastard has a chain gun. Yes, just like mine. So hit scan and there we go. Eat shit. Like I said, the PFG trivializes this boss fight. And we somehow managed to make it in acceptable time. And that's the end of the original Doom, although there's still another episode that came out with the retail version of the game. The loathsome spider demon that masterminded the invasion of the moon bases and caused so much death has had its ass kicked for all time. A hidden doorway opens and you enter. You've proven too tough for hell to contain, and now hell at last plays fair for you to emerge from the door to see the green fields on Earth, home at last. You wonder what's been happening on Earth while you've been battling evil unleashed. It's good that no hellspawn could have come through the door with you. Benui. Now I don't remember the skies on Earth being red. Oh dear. This is Daisy, Doomguy's pet bunny, and yep. This is foreshadowing of the second game, Hell on Earth. But before we do that, there's one more episode of Doom, when I decide if I wanna play it. I mean, it's technically part of the story. So, my name is Dan. This was Doom on Night Snax. and I'll see you in another video. Laters.